Sting. No, not a review of the singer. Sure, that's been done many times before, and his music. This is a spider movie here, so you don't want to get stung. So I guess it could be Sting or Stung, whatever. But let's see what this one is all about with IMDb. After raising an unnervingly talented spider, huh? In secret, 12-year-old Charlotte must face the facts about her pet and fight for her family's survival. When the once charming creature rapidly transforms into a giant flesh eating monster. Um, Lots of descriptions about a spider. I don't know. Talented, charming. I don't know. But I guess that's better than giant and flesh eating. Take what you can there. So yeah, another new film here. So we'll try to keep this kind of fairly spoiler free. I don't know that there's too many twists and turns here, but we'll save some stuff for you guys to check out. Um, I guess we've seen a couple of spider movies recently, so I don't know if it's the new craze, new thing to do here. But with the spiders, we did Infested, and I think there might have been something else recently. But yeah, so spiders, is the way to go now. So why not? I mean, we struggle with the shark CGI, so let's just try an animal that maybe we can do a little bit more practically, and then maybe even with the CGI, even a little bit better. So, um, yeah, I kind of like the opening scene here. You have some woman here. She's basically doesn't speak too well English, and she kind of calls uh, for the bug person because she hears this voice, and or not a voice, but she hears some weird sounds, and this guy comes and investigates, and uh, doesn't end too well for him. Doesn't end too well at all. Um, so you kind of get a glimpse of what's to kind of come. Um, then we kind of rewind to young Charlotte here, and she is about to become a teenager here, and kind of in that she comes from a family. Her father's no longer there. She's now has a stepfather who she's kind of trying get used to. So that's a little bit of a theme in the movie, and her mom just had a new child with him, so she might be feeling a little bit ignored, also a little used as the babysitter. She doesn't really want to be too involved with. Um, she's also kind of an artist. She does a lot of drawing, so she does have a little bit of that bond with her stepfather, who is kind of using some of her ideas to kind of try to create a story, a comic, or so forth, something like that. So they have that little bit of a bond kind of going, but besides that, it is a little bit rough. So obviously, she's looking elsewhere for friends and whatever. And what better friend than a dog? No, not a dog. A spider. A spider. Some people like dogs, some people like cats, and other people like spiders. Whatever. So she finds the spider and kind of puts this in a jar, and I think kind of quickly maybe uh, notices that there's something maybe a little bit different about this spider. Maybe this spider is not the same as other spiders. Um, but in an interesting scene, she kind of tries to feed it, and yeah, that's it's an interesting moment there when that happens. So you'll kind of get a glimpse of, maybe she didn't take it at a time, but maybe you're thinking that, yeah, this spider is no good. Let's get rid of it now. But of course, she needs a friend. You're not going to pull a dog off the street and be like, oh, well, never mind, I don't want this dog anymore. No, you want the dog. So she wants a spider. So um, she keeps it, and she keeps it a secret. She's not going to let her parents there know what she's doing, especially with a baby around or whatever. But again, a good idea to keep the spider around. Um, Soon enough, things in this, again, we're in a situation here where we're in a spider movie, and it's an apartment building. So there are definitely different floors and other people living there. Um, so that seems to be a good place to have a spider movie. I think I said during Infested, maybe it'd be nice to have a spider movie in a different place. I don't know, spiders in space or something. I don't know. Maybe not that extreme, but maybe it'd be nice to do a spider movie. I don't know, so in a different way somewhere else. I don't know. I'm sure the Sci-Fi Channel has put spiders somewhere interesting, but maybe somewhere different. Um, Next time. Just an idea if we're gonna do a spider movie. Find a creative place for it. But yeah, we're in an apartment building. So eventually, what's to come is the spider is going to make its way out of its little jar there. Because remember, this is a talented spider. So it makes its way out of this jar and into other people's apartments to do bad things. And I'll leave some of those bad things for you to see. But let's just say another pet becomes a victim of it, and that was probably one of the more interesting kills, or at least the after kills that you get to see in the movie. That was kind of interesting. He was interesting a couple of times. Use a different word here. um, just say fun to see there. The way the spider kind of left this creature, this animal pet. Um, but let's see. So yeah, it is going to make its way out, and other things bad are going to happen amongst this building. And as those kind of bad things start to kind of pick up just a little bit, let's just say the struggles at home and the conflict at home kind of goes on as well. A lot of it is drawn from the stepfather, who is having some personal issues. Is kind of struggling to get the girl to stay connected, and to kind of build that bond. Obviously, he has a new child, so he has some struggles with the child, and then the wife, and then work and other things. So let's just say home life is starting to kind of unravel, and the spider is trying to be is becoming more aggressive, and so forth, until things really get out of hand here in this movie. And I guess I'll kind of leave that at that. So with that, overall, I thought the spider action was pretty good. I think in Infested, I don't really like comparing two movies. I don't want to compare them too much. But Infested was more of an infested situation. There were many and multiple spiders. In this movie, we're really just dealing with this one spider who just is become bigger and bigger as kind of the movie goes on, and definitely more dangerous. Um, so you'll kind of get that. I thought overall they did a pretty good job with the spider, especially when it's bigger. Definitely gave you a couple of good scenes there of it in action. Definitely in the main scene at the end. There's some really good moments with the spider there. They just seem to manage to do, obviously, spiders better than sharks. I guess it's because they're out of the water. I guess, I don't know. But yeah, you will get some good spider moments there. A little bit interesting what they do with the spider, and how the girl kind of discovers a kind of little bit of a weakness of the spider, and they kind of play on that a little bit. There's a little bit of, I would say, a little bit of comic relief with a bug guy that comes again, almost a repeat of what happened at the beginning of the movie. He adds a little bit of comic relief. You'll see him come kind of midway in the film, and then He'll play a little bit of a role here towards the end, so you do get a little bit of a comic relief in him. Not a total comic relief, not super funny, but maybe to add a little something there. Um, but again, I was pretty pleased with what you got spider wise. I don't know what you expect also from the spider there. I guess this one uh, was pretty deadly when it was time to be deadly. I guess there are certain things you can and can't do with the spider or expect. It did cocoon up some people. I guess it's good that some of these spider movies lately don't get too caught up in the web of making the web and that kind of thing, and kind of stick to letting the spider kind of um, kill, and it does that a time or two in this movie, and you do get some of that, so that is good. Um, I might have gone for maybe a little bit more. I don't know how much more you can expect the spider to kill, and how much more that you can expect him to show. I'm obviously, if you know me, high on the blood and guts and high on the kill count. So, I could have done with some more from the spider in this movie, but um, I thought it was okay with what we got. So, um, I think overall it is definitely a focus on a little bit of family and that kind of issue, and that going on here, and then the spiderness of it. So I thought it was a good story overall, to kind of draw in why the girl has the spider, and what's going on with the spider. Maybe there was more to learn about the spider, but it is what it is. I thought the ending kind of wrapped it up well. I don't want to give away what happens in the final scene of the movie, but I thought that wrapped it up well with the way the movie kind of started, and then there's might be a scene kind of somewhere in the middle, and then the way it ends. I thought they did that nicely to kind of give you like a beginning, a middle spot, and an ending point there. So I did like that. Um, I don't know if you're into a spider movie. I definitely think this is to be seen. I don't remember what I know it wasn't too long ago that I did the Infested review. I don't know what I gave that. Um, but again, I think both movies are both solid efforts with the spider. Again, not too many complaints about being a fake spider, the spiders being bad or whatever. Um, so I think if you're looking for a spider movie, and obviously, there's two to be at hand now. Um, this is definitely to be seen. Definitely, gonna say to check it out. Um, you know, it, it might play better if you have a fear of spiders. I don't necessarily have a fear of spiders. I'm a little creeped out by them, and I'll admittedly say that I don't welcome them into the home. They seem to appear here and now. But yeah, definitely some of them are definitely more scarier looking than others. This one is definitely on that side, especially obviously when it gets big, when it's a giant monster there of a spider. Yeah, that's no good. Um, but yeah, I think overall this is a solid film. I didn't even catch how long it was. It wasn't too long. No, only an hour and a half. So I think you get what a nice slow build into the ultimate of when the spider kind of really turned bad, and they know that the spider has turned bad, and then have to deal with it. So yeah, with that, I think I'm gonna give it 3 pools of blood. Um, that is out of 5, so 3 pools of blood for this one. And yeah, so horrorscoryreviews.blogspot.com is where you can find all of my reviews, written and video. Um, Definitely, if you need some written reviews, you might have to go back a little bit of ways, but mostly video reviews of late. So you can just like and subscribe and do everything that everybody wants you to do here on YouTube. But if not, no worries, it is okay. I thank you for your time regardless, whether it's here on a review or checking out a short or whatever. Um, Twitter, Facebook information down below as well, so feel free to reach out. to me there. Talk about this movie, other movies you want me to review something. Feel free to do so there. And definitely in the comments section, welcome your thoughts on this film. And maybe if you have fears of spiders and so forth, feel free to let us all know how you feel, how you fear the spiders more than the shark. I'm more afraid of sharks, and that's why I get so crazy with the sharks. So, yeah, so with that, I will catch you on the next review, horror fans.